Hello everyone, welcome to this lecture. In this lecture, we'll talk about the technology architecture. It is also called infrastructure architecture also, right? So what is technology? As the name suggests, when you have technology in place, like for cloud-based, I'm using AWS or Azure. For programming language, I'm using Java. For database, I'm using MySQL. So when these technologies comes into the picture, how to describe those which should be aligned with your business goals, that is the technology architecture. So the purpose is that it's a digital architecture and logical software and hardware infrastructure required to support deployment of business data and application services. So you have decided that I need to go with the CRM application, but what programming language you will use, right? So that will be decided under this technology architecture. So main focus area is servers, network, storage, cloud infrastructure, right? So these are the main focus area. Technology standards and platforms, middleware, operating system, runtime environment, virtualization, containerization, and hosting model, infrastructure security performance. Okay, so let's understand with the one simple example. For banking service, for the banking service, we need to go with the CRM application. So here we need to do the development, we need to do the testing, we need to do the deployment. For these, we need the infrastructure. That infrastructure is your will be your cloud-based, right? So now, whether it meets the business goals or business values or not, so that is basically in the technology architecture. So I will say, okay, we will create the virtual machines in AWS, right? And these are cloud-based environment. And so servers, network, storage, cloud infrastructure. And it should meet with the business requirement also, that technology which we are using. So technology standards and platforms, middleware, operating system, runtimes. We will decide for development, for example, it will be Windows. For test, it is Windows. For deployment, it is Linux, for example, right? So virtualization, containerization, and hosting model, right? So you are using Hyper-V, you are using uh, uh, some other like VMware, right? Which virtualization, Docker, and what is the hosting model. So that will be decided. And infrastructure security, right? So how to access these virtual machines, what will be the performance, latency, etc. That will be the infrastructure security and performance. So technology architecture defines the technical capability and standards that enables all the domains to functions efficiently. That's it about the technology architecture. See you in the next lecture. Thank you. Bye-bye.